Welcome to Fun with Phrases. Today, I want to take a look at another type of verbal, the gerund. So let's take a look at the gerund. First, just a little review. Verbals, remember, are formed from verbs and used as a different part of speech. So verbs are verbs that are not verbs. Verbals are verbs that are not verbs. The participle is a verbal acting as an adjective. In fact, the word acting here is a participle. It's modifying the noun verbal. So it is a participle formed from the verb to act. There are two kinds of participle, remember that? Past and present. Past participles normally end in ed, but there are many irregular past participles. Regular ones include ones like walk becomes walked, raise becomes raised, play becomes played. They end in ed. Sometimes you add a d, sometimes you add an ed. But there are a number of irregular ones. I think your grammar book has a list of maybe like 70, and that covers most of them. So the past participle of teach is taught, past participle of rise, woo, that's wrong. That's wrong. It should be risen, not rose. Risen. Whoa. Okay, and the past participle of say is said. The past participle of be is been. The past participle of have is had. Okay, present participles always end in ing. In fact, as I said, the word acting above is a present participle. Okay, participial phrases, you may recall, are phrases made up of a participle, any complements of the participle, and any modifiers of the participle or complement. Participial phrases act as adjectives. Because remember, a phrase is a group of words acting as a single part of speech. The underlying portion of that sentence defining participial phrases is a participial phrase. The phrase defining participial phrase is also a participial phrase, which includes a complement. The word phrases is the direct object of the participle. The word underlined is a past participle. So, made is a participle. It's past participle modifying phrases. The whole thing made up of a participle, any complements of the participle, any modifiers of the participles, the whole phrase. And then here, sentence defining participial phrases. Defining is a present participle modifying sentence. And participial phrases, phrases is the direct object of the participle. Remember, I told you before, verbals can have complements. So defining what? Defining phrases, participial phrases. Okay, so again, hopefully this is coming back to you. You did a little assignment on it and so on, but these are participles and participial phrases. Okay, and then also remember that a nominative absolute is a noun phrase modified by a participle or participial phrase that has no direct grammatical connection with the rest of the sentence. We went over that a little bit too. Not a real common construction in English, but they do occur, and you should be able to recognize them. Okay, today we want to talk about gerund. A gerund is a verbal that ends in ing and acts as a noun. Okay, now we saw another verbal that ended ing, present participles ended ing also, but they're acting as adjectives. So when you see a verbal ending in ing, you've got to ask yourself, is it a noun or is it an adjective? As always, spelling rules like dropping final e's or doubling final consonants still apply. Okay. Note in the above sentence, the sentence dropping and doubling are gerunds. They are verbals ending in ing and acting as nouns. Yeah. Like what? Remember, if it answers the question what, it's a noun. So like what? Like dropping. Like doubling. So they're acting as nouns, end in ing, they're gerunds. In this case, they're both objects of the preposition like, because the preposition like has compound objects in this case, dropping and doubling. Here's a warning. Notice I even wrote it in red because warnings are important. Remember, words ending in ing may sometimes be verbs or sometimes present participles. It all depends on what part of speech they are. If it's part of the verb phrase, it's a verb. If it's modifying a noun or a pronoun, it's a participle. Okay? In the above sentences, the words spelling and participles, spelling and ending are participles because they modify nouns. Okay, so words ending modifies words, and spelling modifies rules. Okay? Answer, what kind of rules? Which words? So answering the question which or what kind, those are adjectives. Okay. And it always helps me to remember that gerunds frequently describe sports or games. I like playing baseball. Playing is a noun. It answers the question what and ends in ing. Okay, swimming is my favorite sport. Swimming is good for you. He is going to be running. Oh, no, that won't work. He likes running marathons or something like that. The sports frequently end in ing and are often gerunds. Okay, now I want to talk about gerund phrases. I think by now you should be seeing a pattern when we talk about phrases. A gerund phrase is a group of words formed by a gerund plus any complements and modifiers that act together as a noun. This is a participial phrase with a participle plus any modifiers and complements. So a gerund phrase is the group of words containing a gerund plus any modifiers and complements that together act as a noun. On the previous page, the sentence, "I like playing baseball," contains a gerund phrase. Playing baseball. Playing is a gerund, and baseball is the DOG, the direct object of the gerund. I like what? I like playing. Playing what? Playing baseball. Okay? Two direct objects. Direct object of the verb like, and then baseball is the direct object of the gerund playing. Here's another example. The Pharisees rebuked Jesus for creating a disturbance and allegedly violating the laws of Moses. Creating and violating are gerunds. They are verbals ending in ing and acting as nouns. Rebuked Jesus for what? For creating a disturbance and allegedly violating the laws of Moses. So, the question then is, okay, we see the two gerunds. What are the gerund phrases? Creating a disturbance is one gerund phrase. Notice we have creating what? Disturbance. So disturbance is DOG, direct object of the gerund. And allegedly violating the laws of Moses. Allegedly violating the laws of Moses. It's another gerund phrase. Allegedly modifies violating, and laws is another DOG. Violating what? Violating laws, and then of Moses modifies the complement laws. Modifies the direct object laws. Okay. One good way to tell if a word ending in ing or is ending in ing or not is to examine how it's used in the sentence. Remember, gerunds function as nouns. Therefore, they would function in a sentence the way a noun would function. So, they can function as a subject. Reading the Bible will help you understand God. Okay, reading the Bible is a gerund phrase, and here it's the subject. What will help you? Reading the Bible will help you. Okay, it's the subject of the sentence. Very common use of gerunds as a subject. Direct object. Have you done any Bible reading lately? Again, Bible, actually, Probably should include any, shouldn't I? Because any modifies reading. Okay, let me extend that line. Whoa. Have you done any Bible reading lately? Okay. Any Bible reading. Have you done what? Any Bible reading. Direct object of have done. Predicate nominative. Okay, we have a linking verb with a noun complement. One good activity is reading the Bible. Here, it's clear reading is not part of the verb. Activity is not reading. Activity is what? Reading the Bible. Or running a marathon, whatever. It's a noun, it's predicate nominative, following a linking verb. Object of preposition, he grew in spiritual authority by reading the Bible. We've already seen gerunds in a couple of prepositional phrases. Here we have another one. Again, reading is the object of the preposition by. Reading the Bible is the whole gerund phrase. Indirect object, not real common, but it happens once in a while. He gave reading the Bible 2 thumbs up. He gave what? He gave 2 thumbs up. Who did he give, who or what did he give the 2 thumbs up to? Reading the Bible. So, not real common, but occasionally they can be indirect objects. Occasionally, again rare, they can be an object complement. He made his after-school activity practicing layups. Again, not real common. He made what? Activity. Activity is the direct object. He made his activity what? Practicing layups. Okay. Again, answers the question what. It's a noun phrase, practicing layups. Object complement. Uncommon, but you can see. It fits the noun position, or the noun slot, and so it's, and it is a gerund phrase. And it can be in a positive. He said that he could no longer afford his favorite hobby, playing golf at the club. Okay, playing golf at the club renames hobby. What is his hobby? Playing golf at the club. Could be stamp collecting, something else, but that's a gerund. It's a noun ending in ing. So have a positive. So you can see gerund phrases can function many different ways in a sentence. Okay, notice in each sentence here, the way I've written them, the gerund phrase is underlined and the gerund itself is italicized. So you can see that. Reading the Bible, reading is the gerund, reading the Bible is the whole phrase, and so on. And I said I should include any as well. Sorry, I didn't prepare that properly. Okay. Ta-da! I like studying phrases. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've learned something about gerunds. And we'll take a look at these in class the next time we meet for grammar.